Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show presents the Full Gear review for 2025. You see right here, Samoa Joe packs to go and wins the World Championship. How did Samoa Joe do it? You'll be shocked on how Samoa Joe did it. We'll talk about it coming up as well. And a lot more other stuff, as well as we get to what went down at Full Gear coming up for the Full Gear review as Pro Wrestling Show starts right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, as always, Kid Dix here. Lag and join us here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling for the Full Gear Full Gear review. We talk about a lot. Don't forget, we have our companion piece, the Full Gear Predict the Outcome special. So you can watch that video in the link below if you want to watch it, just to catch up and see what went down. But this is the Full Gear review. This is the after show of what went down. Man, what a long Full Gear was. That's why we had to film today. That was a long show. Even the press conference was long. I think they do that for just attention and stuff. But hey, we're here. All right. Let's not waste no time whatsoever. Let's get down to it. Let's get down to the pre-show matches. During the pre-show and if you were watching the Pro Wrestling Show or some of the pre-show on TBS, they had a lot of matches. This was one of the matches that caught my eye. The Don Callis family on Takeshita Okada are still having problems. And it looks like Don Callis is still in the middle of it. Takeshita Okada was trying to get stuff together. You can tell right here, Takeshita. This show right here, Takeshita right here. Waiting on Okada. Okada like gingerly taking his time during the match. Okada decides to get in and gingerly takes his time to do so. And Okada made his appearance as well. Okada when he wants to come. You can tell. Well, Okada. We can show Okada, yeah, right here, the Rainmaker. The Rainmaker Okada. Making his time known and want to come when he want to come, and let it be known for that. Okada coming in and doing that as well. But hey, we'll talk about Heyman Page later. Well, look like Okada really got a lot of work explaining to do. They tell you that a little bit later on what went down, but they lost their belts due to miscommunication. They was miscommunicating, and they end up not winning the CMLL Trios Tag Team Championships. A lot of issues going on, lack of communication, lack of miscues, and okay, pressure. You can't get the job done and stuff. But we'll get to it a little bit later on what went down with Okada and Kesha on what's next for them. And I think I got an idea what's gonna go down and what's gonna happen between them, because Okada and Kesha can't get their minds together and can't get their act together. I say that right now. All right, move on to another match. What was this match? Boom and Doom. Big Boom AJ will take over Punky Vice. And Punky Vice looked like they wasn't playing. Big Show even came out there to lend his voice for commentary as well. Big Show coming out there to commentate. Well, Big Show came out there and we had the Boom. The Boom was out there. That's what Boom and Doom was out there, along with the Rizzler. Man, that's some big boys. You know it's Thanksgiving. You know they're gonna be eating good. Well, Boom and Doom picks up the win over Roppongi Vice. Roppongi Vice really didn't have nothing to go for him. You know, we tell AJ, got his name. TJ QT Marshall and the rest of them helping out with Boom and Doom. Where I'm at. See, are they gonna even they got Don Callis let's see. What's going on with Don Callis? Yeah, too. There was another match right here that we saw in the pre-show. $200 tailgate brawl match. We see the Annabelle and Matt Castle. They don't want to call themselves the Acclaim, but they might well call themselves the Acclaim again. They outrun the Bang 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 and Big Bill and Ryan Keefe. Usually with Jericho, so I don't know what happened to Chris Jericho. But the Bang Bang Club won the $200,000 prize, so Bang Bang Club getting the victory as well. So good for the Bang Bang Club. Now we move on to the main matches during the main show for the full event. Pac went against Darby Allin. Darby Allin ready for Pac. I can tell you that right now. Darby Allin and Pac was battling. You can tell right here. Darby Allin looking to get his revenge on Pac after Pac had threw him in the threw him in the burnt thing. Yeah, Darby Allin right here looking like he saw Pac and he wanted to get his hands on Pac one way or another. And it was the opportunity to do so. Even Pac decided to target Darby Allin's burnt scars and try to rub it in. I don't know why Darby Allin like a pillar for pain, but he tolerates with pain and gets pain and stuff. Pac wins the match, and Pac gets his Pac doesn't get a call. Pac just keeps on winning and winning throughout the whole time. Pac does, and Pac winning the match, and Pac in the motivation that Pac needs and stuff like that. So you see that. All right, we move on to this right here. Here on the Pro Wrestling Show, we move on to this, the Full Gear Casino match. Gauntlet match determined the first ever national champion. AEW wants to crown his own champion. It kind of looked reminiscent. We want to show you a picture of the belt. This is the picture of the belt right here. The digital version of it, the national championship. Looks like a version of the NWA championship. I don't know why they want to add on belts, and when they got a lot of belts that they don't use no way, like the Continental Championship. I guess we know what that's going that direction. In the International Championship, I mean, you got all these belts. Use those belts rather than using the belts you're trying to add on. They just don't make no sense. But yeah, we're here. The first match. Then started with Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin. Then it got down to Daddy something, and what's his name, right? Garcia. That didn't do no justice until at the end. Ricochet, the new national champion, Ricochet, now claiming what he said on Dynamite this past week. Ricochet is now the first ever national champion. Ricochet goes down as that national champion. I can't believe Ricochet, of all people, Ricochet, the national champion. He got Kong and Tay only as his backup, as his henchman. They ain't gonna do really nothing for real. They're gonna be kind of in the midst of all that stuff. So we'll see what Ricochet will do as national champion. I think he's gonna be a chicken, you know what, champion. He's gonna hide behind two of his men and avoid not losing that belt. Somebody's gonna take that belt from him, but we'll see. Also, too, we forgot to make honorary mention that Hook and Eddie Kingston won their match in the pre-show. Look at Eddie Kingston making business, but later down we'll tell you what these two got involved in, and you won't believe what happened a little bit later on in the show. So we'll see that coming up. Well, speaking of that, it was a huge 6-man tag team match for $1 million. Ken Omega and the Jurassic Express taking on James Alexander and the Young Bucks. We know that Don Callis has been teasing that he wants an answer from the Bucks to see if the Bucks want to join the Don Callis family, they're gonna join or not. He already saying he gonna make sure that Mark Briscoe joins, regardless if you don't like it or not. He wanted to see the same, but the Bucks saying he wanted this Stoller to get back on their feet again. The Bucks saying that they need this money, and they'll do anything they have to do. Well, Young Bucks came out there. Yeah, so the Young Bucks came out there to do what they need to do. The Young Bucks did win the match. Kenny Omega and them, the Young Bucks won the match, but then the Young Bucks had a change of heart. And the Young Bucks decided to join Kenny Omega and reunite the Elite. So the Elite is back. The Elite now back in order and back in business. So the Elite is back and reunite. I think the Elite now going to be going against the you know who, Don Callis family as well. Speaking of another member who could be joining Don Callis member who can join, but he's going to be forced to if he doesn't win. It's Kyle Fletcher versus Mark Briscoe. If Mark doesn't win, he got to join the Don Callis family no matter what. Well, what he's going to do so, we have to wait and see about that. No telling that avail and stuff. But Mark Briscoe, yeah, all he can do. Mark Briscoe found it in him to do what he needs to do. Let's show you that footage right quick before we think about what Don Callis. Yeah, Don Callis couldn't get the job done, and Mark Briscoe. Let me show you Mark Briscoe. Mark Briscoe wins the TNT Championship. Mark Briscoe has done it, and Mark Briscoe is the new TNT champion. Mark Briscoe did it. Mark Briscoe did it. But I think this is some footage right here. Briscoe setting up on Kyle Fletcher right here. We don't want to show you the bloody scene. And got the 1, 2, 3 and got the victory. Mark Briscoe now the new TNT champion. Briscoe done it. And now Mark Briscoe on the roll. See. Next for Mark Briscoe. Mark Briscoe now holds the TNT championship. He doesn't have to join the Don Callis family. That was kind of guaranteed Mark Briscoe was going to win after several attempts trying to win the championship. Mark Briscoe has done it. Mark Briscoe has won the TNT championship as well. So congratulations in order to Mark Briscoe as well. All right, we move on to another match. Another match we're gonna move on to. Kyle O'Reilly versus Mox. Kyle O'Reilly versus Mox. 1-on-1, a no holds barred match. Kyle O'Reilly get the victory over Mox. That's the question that everybody wants to know. And can John Moxley make Kyle O'Reilly a star? That veteran had to do what he had to do. The crafty veteran, I tell you that. And we saw that Kyle O'Reilly did get the victory over Moxley. This is what happened throughout the match right here. Kyle O'Reilly, Moxley tried his best. Kyle O'Reilly trying to make Moxley tap out. And still wasn't enough. Moxley still found a way to win. And did so tonight. We saw how it happened. We saw it tonight as well. So Kyle O'Reilly defeated John Moxley to get the victory right here. And Kyle O'Reilly closer and closer to becoming a star. I think John Moxley trying to make Kyle O'Reilly a star. So we see, and now this is the picture we wanted to show you with Mark Briscoe right here, winning the TNT Championship, looking above the heavens to his brother Jay. To do so, but we saw that. But let's move back on topic. It's Kyle O'Reilly defeated John Moxley to get the victory. Can't believe that John Moxley away for speaking of Moxley's ride that chick, Maria Savinga. She teamed up with Megan Bang
to take on in a fatal four-way tag match. The winners get the stipulation they pick in the match final. The sisters is Wrath, sisters of Sin, the babes of Wrath, and Tony Storm and Mika. Tony Storm and Mika really becoming a formal tag team. Tony Storm and Mika is the next thing. So they got, like I said, they got way too many belts. Too many belts. They gonna have to congest something. They gonna have to condense some of those belts, but they ain't gonna do that. They ain't ready to do that. But Tony Storm and Mika won their match tonight. Well, we know that there's still some trouble in paradise in the Don Callis, Okada, and Takesha are still not on the same page. Well, Takesha saying that he's going to end the Continental Classic, whereas Kyle Fletcher said that he lost his belt because nobody didn't help him out. He's going to end the Continental Classic. So I'm guessing there going to be some tensions boiling through in the Don Callis family, whether Don Callis like it or not. He can't control that these wrestlers going to do what they want to do. And if I could be a bad man, that I can tell that it might be Takesha versus Okada, which I really want to see them wrestling for the belt because you can tell the tension is there and they've been boiling down for months and they're gonna have to fight each other. I can't wait for them to fight each other and get that off their system down the road. So we'll see. But we know that the Continental Classic starts this week, this Wednesday, live on Dynamite in Nashville. So we'll see if what the match is gonna look like and how everything's gonna go down moving forward. So hey, we'll see. Well, the AEW Women Tag Team Championships were on the line. Tag team titles were on the line. It's FTR. FTR challenged Brodito for the Tag Team Championship. FTR played 2 minute games throughout the whole game, but they became the ultimate game winners by setting up everybody else. And FTR win the tag team championships. FTR win it back, and FTR now getting back to their momentum. That's what they did and defeated Rodino to become the new world tag team champions, as they did tonight. So, uh, well, speaking of that, we know that the women's championship. We go to the women's championship. Chris Stanley, the champion. Chris Stanley, right quick. Chris Stanley, the champion. Stanley, the champion, went against Mercedes Monet. Chris Stanley went against Mercedes Monet for the women's championship. Can Mercedes Monet add the AEW Women's Championship to her resume? 14, oh no, one. Only time will tell. But throughout the moments of the match, um, so Mercedes Monet just decided to deliver a 14 amazing suplex, like a four amigos, where she did 14 snap suplexes. She did it perfectly. I don't know. That just to show the determination, the courage, and the willpower to not give up regardless of what you got going on. You never know, but Mercedes Monet, unfortunately, didn't get the women's championship. Mercedes Monet lost to Chris Stanley. Chris Stanley keeps her reign going, her momentum going as the AEW Women's Champion. Well, we move on to what can we move on? Move on to the main event. The match of all matches. The World Championship match was online. Samoa Joe went against Heyman Page for the world title. And Joe become a two-time AEW champion. He needs some luck and some hustle to get the job done. And Heyman Page came out there. Heyman Page looking to beat Samoa Joe in that steel cage. Heyman Page had to do what he had to do, but he did not expect this. This what went down right here. Throughout the cage match, we saw Hook. Hook came out there. Hook. Hook came out there. We thought Hook was gonna help Heyman Page, we thought, but you know, unfamiliar with us. Hook came out there in the chat. Heyman Page and Hook literally cheated to give Samoa Joe his second title reign. Samoa Joe riding high as the AEW champion. You see out here, Samoa Joe, now the new champion of AEW. It look like they're gonna be doing some recycle and repeat storylines again. Then again, Samoa Joe holding the belt, and then all of a sudden, this came. Somebody came out there, and it was none other than former AEW champion Swerve Strickland, along with his manager Prince Nana, came out, returned. Swerve dealing with an injury, and now back. He looks more jacked than ever. He like he put some more pounds or something. He put more pounds on him and stuff like that. He looks good, but he came out there to call out, you know, and I mean, he was like he's ready to go. So we know that Samoa Joe will probably go against um, both Heyman Page and Swerve Strickland. You guys, I think we'll see a triple threat match. Yeah, and go from there. So Samoa Joe now ruling the roost as the new AEW champion. Samoa Joe now holding the roost as the new champion of the AEW stuff. All right, I'm gonna leave you here with Samoa Joe holding the belt as the new AEW champion. We'll see coming up this week on the AEW Dynamite Ring Report coming up. So we'll see this Wednesday the Ring Report as well. Thank you all for watching this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I've been your host, Kendrick Dixon. We'll see you tomorrow for the Raw Ring Report and many other ring reports throughout the whole week. Roll to like Survivor Series. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later.